The breaking news last night was Donny Beek to Manchester United. Now, just to give some people some sort of context behind that move, because we were just discussing it a little bit before we came on. Van der Beek apparently has been a Manchester United target since January, but didn't want to leave in January because of his Ajax commitments. The news broke last night because Van der Beek was left out of Ajax's friendly against Frankfurt, I think it was, at which point afterwards the Ajax manager came out and said there's imminent transfer news regarding him. We decided on both sides, from Ajax and himself, for him to sit this one out. So the journalists obviously went wild with that. Big news, especially in Spain, because initially they thought Van der Beek was going to Real Madrid back in 2019. That move never materialised. I don't think Zidane really wanted him that much. I think Zidane is more interested in, from what I gather, Camavinga of Rennes. So the journalists then kind of put 2 and 2 together and got 4, because they've already established that Barcelona want Wijnaldum. So by the power of deduction, that only leaves Manchester United. So it looks like that deal is on. It's going to be potentially around 35 to 40 million. And Becky, I'll start with you, bro, being that you're United fan. What's your take on Van der Beek? Are you happy with that?
I would be very happy, yes. It seems like a more realistic signing. Do you know what I mean? We've been hearing a lot of Jadon Sancho and all these massive numbers they usually attribute to a Manchester United transfer. And you mentioned about 35, 40 million would be the going rate. It just seems like a sensible kind of transfer for a player that is quite highly rated.
Correct.
And yes, you'll have the people who say, but he's only doing it in the Dutch league, and can he do it in the Premier League? But that's the same with anybody that comes from abroad, right? So if you compare him to the options that United currently have in the holding midfield, you're looking at Matic, probably past it. Fred, McTominay, are they really good enough to be challenging for trophies? I'm sure we do all agree, probably not. So we talk about sort of the going rate for good top-level midfielders in the transfer market these days. I don't think that's a particularly huge risk of money as well. So obviously it's in that speculation stage at the moment. But normally when people that we listen to Spoon tend to go a bit wild over things like this, there's usually something in the water. And it does seem like United do tend to be the only sort of club that are being linked to him now. You cleared up about the Madrid-Barca situation. So I like Van der Beek. We spoke about him many times in the past. I think he would be a strong addition to our midfield, a necessary addition should that transfer come off.